Hello everyone, this is Jig, and welcome to the behind the scenes of The Flood. Now, there's going to be spoilers for both the story and other stuff in this video, so if you haven't played The Flood, check it out now. It's super awesome. I'm really proud of it, and I'm surprised, to be honest, that not more people have made Let's Plays of it. It's perfect Let's Play size, only 15 minutes to beat the medium difficulty. And check it out. And there's even a hard difficulty for those that want a better challenge. Anyway, this is behind the scenes. I want to first point out, I will get to how the flood works, but I just want to point out this area here. This was made by a whole bunch of people, made for Ron's dropper challenge in the library, and it was made by a whole bunch of people on a stream a long time ago. So thanks Ron for letting me use this, although I did have a hand in making this. So yeah, and I just want to point out that up there, and that is all I'm going to say about that, because no one has noticed it yet. Now, this tutorial section I did as a way to teach the player what to look for when they're playing the Flood. Obviously you have these characters here, and these are the ones that you have to save. You need to get these items to save them, and when you save them, it hits a bud detector, block update detector, and the sign's removed, the beacon turns off, and there's some text on the screen there. And there's also, you know, obviously teleporters and stuff to get there. So let's just get right there, and I'll show you some of this stuff. Here is Eronev. You can see here's the flood. The first wave happens really quickly, and that's just to show the player what a flood is and what's going to happen over the time. The subsequent waves are a little slower, and you can see beacons everywhere. Beacons everywhere. And you can also see these villagers and monsters and stuff. And if you fly down here, and when you start, you get spawned down here, the lighting updates. Now that's because all of these blocks that you can see around, the wireframe is these invisible blocks, and you can see here these invisible blocks, they're block 36, are slowly getting replaced by water blocks. Someone just drowned, and that was this guy here. When the water gets up to them, they drown. The sign disappears and the beacon turns off. Now I'm going to show you how this is possible. Let's see, where is the next one that's going to drown? Probably this guy, I think. He's in the swimming pool. He loves to swim, but unfortunately, it's going to be way too much water for him. So the wave is going to come across here. Now, obviously, you've seen before when you break the pumpkin, and this is in adventure mode. When you break the pumpkin, it triggers the bud. Now, if I go down here and let's have a look at what we have underneath. Now I'm going to just try to contain contain the water real quick. That should do it. So the water is going to come over here. The water is going to disable the beacon on its own. You don't need to do that. Incidentally, beacons can handle 2 block 36s above them before they turn off. So there's I only put 1 just in case for whatever reason, but it's not the water that disables this guy. If you look down here, this diamond block, and if I hover my mouse over it, you can see the outline of a block. This is another block 36, and this is a redstone torch. As the water flows over the villager, that block 36 turns into the torch. Now here comes the water. You can see it slowly make its way over here. This is only on the medium difficulty, so it's pretty easy. And I'll go down here. You'll see a redstone torch appear. When this redstone torch appears, it will trigger the fail, and that it disables the sign. And then even if you break this guy afterwards, he's already dead, so you won't be able to save him, even though it might still detect when you break that block, and this is why this guy here. So that's pretty much it, to be honest. This is the underneath. When you save a guy, it drops a sand block. Here's the sand block, so I'll show you what happens. Let's go up here and save this one. Who do we have here? Oh, this is the redstone guy. So I just saved him, and you can see this sand block has dropped, and it sits right here, and that sends a signal all the way to the ending sequence. Now, the ending sequence is a grave site, and basically all it does is retracts a piston. Everyone else here is dead, because by the time you get here, the flood has already taken over the village. So everyone here is dead, and if you save somebody, the grave retracts, and that person is saved. That's why there's so many wires everywhere. You can see right here. All of these are a person, and you can see here, this is the, you can see the watchtower text. That's this guy. Oh, that one actually just lit up. That torch wasn't there before. This is another block 36, so a redstone torch appears here. Now, all of these locks, these are if you activate the time dilation device, and it fast forwards time, so that locks these. So even if these redstone torches do spawn afterwards, the watchtower won't keep going. So this is the module that checks each villager. Here's a mock villager in there, and there's the sign. Obviously it's already been disabled, but if I put these here, you can see that it is just the water that's disabling the beacon. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that before I did this map. But block 36, incidentally, doesn't, as long as it's only 2 deep. So this is the unit. That's a prototype over here. This one's not really complete, but basically it's got a bud detector here. You can see it update. And when it updates the first time, it flicks this RS NOR latch down here, sends a signal back up here to take away a block of the beacon, and that'll disable it even when the water's not here. So when you save somebody, it disables the beacon, and it also removes the sign, which is over here, and it just uses the same pulse that comes through there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the water a little more. So this is the flood, and this is in MC Edit. This is the same world I was in, and this is what it looks like. All of these blocks are created by Texel Elf's AMLP's secret block filter, and you can see there's a timer on there under the progress tag. That's how many ticks until this block appears. Now you can see as I scroll out, that block changes, the timing changes. So you can see here all the water. Now if I have a look underneath here, you can see, let's have a look at one of the modules. Here is one of the modules. Oh, that one's already been triggered. Here, this one here will do. So you can see, if you have a look at, this is one of those modules that detects whether the village is dead or not. This one is going to trigger at 1393 ticks, and if I go up here, the villager is right here. You can't really see him very well. There he is. Now if I kind of hide under here, you can see the water is 1381, so it's about the same time, and as the water flows over, then it triggers the fail state. It's all basically timing. Each block is timed. If I go to this other world and you have a look, these are the modules. I'll show you how to do it. So here's our mock little setup. You just select the area that you want. In this case, pretty much all of the area. And you go filter, AMLP secret block filter. And we'll do the delay. It'll start at 100 ticks when I enter the world. The delay will leave the same. We'll leave the delay between rows as well. You want to do the filter block options, use only below, and set this to the water. Now I know this is all number 9. It's not active. It's just water that isn't active. And you also can do complete one layer at a time. Now I actually manually did each row because I wanted to make sure it was timed as to something that would be not too hard and not too difficult. So each row I manually timed, not each block but each row. But in this case we'll just do complete one layer at a time. So as soon as one layer is complete, it'll start the second layer. And when I press filter, it's gonna filter just the water sections there, and you can see that there. So the last block, because we did upwards, the last block is going to be finished at 116. Yeah, it looks like 116. 116, and this is basically what I did, but for each row. Then I would select the next row or the next area. Now I know that first one ends at 116, so we're going to start the next one. Let's say 117. We're going to do the delay between each block 10. And that'll do. We'll just filter that. Now this is going to be significantly slower. This pull here is going to be significantly slower than the one before it. So let's have a look at this in the map and see how it looks. Now you need to know that as soon as I log in, those blocks are going to be updated. And the timer is going to start. So let's have a look. I only get one chance at this. Here is the area. And here is the other area. Now I don't remember which one I did first. I think this one. So this water is going to fill up first. And that's the flood effect right there. Now I forgot to press layer by layer, so that one looks a bit weird, but you can see there that's how it looks in action. So that's how I did the flood. This can be used with anything. You can use lava as well. That can work. Solid blocks you can't run through, so that's how I did the secret wall areas. They're just made with block 36 but a solid block, and because you can't run through them, I just did the time for a really long time. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something about the flood. Now go and play it. Thanks for watching. Bye.